Welcome to Hoardganize with professional organizer Rachel Seavey. Every Sunday at 6 p.m., Rachel shares her expertise and compassionate approach to help you deal with overwhelming clutter. Rachel?
Hey, collectors! Welcome to the Hoardganize Podcast. I'm your host, professional organizer Rachel Seavey, and I'd like to welcome you to my Clutter Free Summer Challenge. This summer, you and I are going to get rid of 8 different types of items so that we can start the fall with less stuff. Doesn't that sound great? I will be going throughout my own house this week, and you will be going through your house this week, and we'll be getting rid of unwanted items together. Are you ready to start the fall with less clutter? Okay, well, let's go on to our first item. This episode, I want to focus on removal of free stuff. There is a ton out there for free. And if you've got hoarding tendencies, then you're very likely to pick some up. And free stuff is okay if you use it or refer back to it. But I'm talking about free stuff that you really don't need, but that you grab anyway just because it's free. Today, I'm going to cover my top 5 least favorite free items and solutions to steer clear of grabbing them. Immediately after this podcast, you and I are both going to spend 15 minutes or more looking for free stuff and getting rid of it. And I'm going to be doing the same thing, and I'm going to be putting it up on YouTube. So please join in on the fun as we start our first challenge, free stuff number 1. Parmesan and crushed red pepper packets from pizza places. Oh my gosh, that's a tongue twister. I was bombarded with these last weekend while I was in Santa Cruz with my son. Without even asking if we needed any, the pizza person had brought at least 10 packs of Parmesan cheese and 10 packs of hot flakes just to the two of us. Now, for me, these are totally easy to turn down if I'm allowed the opportunity. And what works for me is just to say, I'm sorry, sir or miss, I really don't need that many. Let me give you some back before you leave. So that's how you handle that one. If you realize that the pizza person is giving you way too many of those little cheese packets, just let them know that you won't need that many. I can't tell you how many drawers I empty out of these kind of items. Bags full of them, kitchen counters covered in them. And it's one thing now if you only use Parmesan packets and you use them when you make spaghetti and you know exactly where they are, that's okay. But a lot of us don't do that, or if only those red hot pepper flakes, if you use them for recipes that called for red hot pepper flakes, I suppose that would be appropriate. But let's be honest, how many of us really use those Parmesan packets? What it is we feel bad just for throwing them away because we don't want to be wasteful. And then we hang on to them until they become disgusting and then throw them out. Waiting until something rots or deteriorates in order to throw it out is really just as wasteful as throwing it out in the first place. In order to not be wasteful, going forward, collectors, we are not going to clutter our homes with useless items and then wait for them to be disgusting to throw them out. What we're going to do is we're going to turn them down in the first place, and we're not going to grab a handful when we know deep down inside that we're not going to use them. So now what? This week, if you have any Parmesan or hot pepper packets in your home that you know you're not using or ever going to use, throw them out now. It's not less wasteful to wait until they rot. You know you're not using them and you know you want to declutter, so be brave. gather these processed puppies up and throw them out. Going forward, only take or receive what you truly need. The other day, Tony chased the pizza girl down and gave her back the entire bag of packets she gave us. And we only ordered a large pizza, and there were at least 15 or 20 packets in there. And I just can't. I just can't throw these things out anymore, and I just can't have them in my house. And it's not just Parmesan packets that are main offenders. Taco Bell hot sauce packets. This includes Del Taco packets and any other fast food hot sauces, ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, relish. I've encountered millions of these things by now. And the Taco Bell hot sauce is common because, yes, they're funny. They have those sayings on them. And in a pinch, I could see possibly saving one or two that were overflow if you don't have hot sauce in your house all the time. I do have hot sauce that I like in my house, so I don't take that many Taco Bell packets. But why do we grab 10 of them? You know, a few mild, a few medium, a few hot, and we only have one taco. It's because they're free. So we grab those and we stash them with our Parmesan packets until they're disgusting and then throw them out. Going forward, we're just going to grab the amount that we need. And I'll explain to you after my next 4 items why these free items are not actually free. So while you're grabbing those Parmesan packets, grab your stash of unused hot sauces, ketchups, and you're going to use them or you're going to chuck them. And you're not going to wait for them to rot because I promise you it's really not less wasteful. Free item number 2, plastic cutlery. I ranted about free condiments, so I'll try and keep this one short. Plastic cutlery. A lot of us have a lot of cutlery, silver or stainless steel cutlery in drawers already. I could see if you're picnicking or you're eating on the go, why grabbing one plastic cutlery for each person would make sense. But just grab 1 or 2, not handfuls. It's just like Parmesan packets. They can multiply and end up taking way too much counter space and drawer space. I mean, really, people, we don't need to overindulge in items just because they are, quote, free, end quote. And especially if you're trying to rid your home of clutter, if you don't want to throw them out, then all week use them for every meal. Use them, use them, use them. Going forward, vow to only take what you need. Free item number 3, conference tchotchkes. I guess I never understood these until I went to the Tony Robbins seminar a few months ago, but none of his items were free. I don't know if it counts, but I did understand the allure of getting tchotchkes or swag from a place that you visited that you like. So that's actually a real breakthrough for me because I've never experienced that. I've gone through lots of concerts and I've been to many places and I haven't bought a thing, not a magnet or a keychain or a pen or a t-shirt. Are you all wearing off on me, collectors? I hope not, but I understand the allure. But I'm talking about free pens, free stress balls, free lanyards. Most of you don't even take them out of the conference bag. I'll see like 6 Oracle stress balls and I'll see, 15 pens from some sort of pharmaceutical company and you never use them. I mean, we feel like we just have to grab them because they're free. And why is that? Do you find yourself grabbing things that you don't need because they're free? Okay. If you have stashes of swag, conference tchotchkes still in their bags or not, and you don't need all of those pens, collectors, just take what you'll use and wait for it. Donate the rest. Donation centers love pens and pads. They can use them there. And so can animal shelters, and the donation centers can sell the stress balls and the yo-yos and the t-shirts and all of those reusable cloth bags and all those other free giveaways. After this podcast, take some time, gather any giveaways that you're really not using and don't need, and put them in your donation bag or box. Free item number 4. I see a lot of you have these. Please, please, please don't get mad. But those rubber wristbands from events. And I know that you grabbed 30 of them because I saw them all still in the bag at the bottom of a random bin. So I know you feel passionately about fighting cancer, but you really didn't need 30 rubber bracelets to prove it. The idea is to have less stuff. And grabbing items because they're free does not help you achieve where you want to be organizationally. This is another great item for the donation box. While you're gathering your conference tchotchkes, grab any of those rubber bracelets that you aren't using or wearing and donate them. Free item number 5, newspapers or magazines, flyers, any type of free paper information. Some of you grab 4 or 5 or 20 for your friends so that they could have one too, but they never make it to your friends. They never make it past the stairwell. And I constantly recycle outdated information about events, services, products, stacks of the same coupon on almost a daily basis. I'll find things like a stack of 10 of the same event from 1999, an edition of, 15 copies of one edition of a magazine from 1974. And I understand you found that bit of information interesting at that one time. And then the fact that there were free copies of it just made it very easy for you to grab a stack. So I really want you to work on not being overindulgent on things that you find that are free. And I think you get the point. While you want to learn tools to help you declutter, you also need to be incredibly mindful of what you bring into your home. And just because an item is free doesn't mean that it gets a free pass into your home. A lot of free items altogether make quite the pile of clutter. But let's get a little bit deeper than that, collectors. Are these things really free? Those McDonald's barbecue tubs and plastic knives and forks that you grab. The soy sauce from Panda Express that I know you all love to hoard. Is it really free? Think of all of the materials and labor and transportation and fuel that went into each individual packet. These items are not truly free when you think of the footprint that they leave on our environment. They're not just little sauce packets that are available. There really was a lot of effort that was put in to get them to your fingertips. And while you can't turn something down for free, why do you think it's okay to waste all of those condiments and then not use them? That's where your beliefs conflict, collectors. On one hand, you grab things because they're free, because of your waste not, want not beliefs. And then on the other hand, you're wasting a lot of resources and cluttering up your home with unused and unneeded items. Just think about all of the effort and all of the people and all of the companies and businesses and roads traveled that your little sauce packet dealt with before it got to you. Now, think about the flyers and newspapers and magazines. Are all the trees that cut down to make these items truly free? What about the printing companies and all of those resources? The postal service, the transportation it took to get these items to you. Why grab and take what you're really not using? You're certainly not respecting the process of how it got to you. And you're allowing your old beliefs of waste not, want not to creep in and your urges to grab stacks of information to take over, and they end up winning your battle over clutter. So you've got to change your beliefs and not hoard items because they are free. You freeing yourself of these items this week will feel liberating. Okay, well, I think you are ready to start off this summer challenge. Let's recap. First, you're going to rid your life of all of the free things that are clogging your home's arteries. Next, you're going to become aware. When you get a bag of fast food, check it. If there's too many ketchups in there, give some back before you leave. Before the pizza person heads out, give them back those Parmesan packets that you're really not going to use. Only take one rubber wristband from events and actually wear it sometimes because it's a cause that means something to you. Not several, because rubber is incredibly bad for the environment. We're only going to take what you need and use. Start respecting the stuff that you take for granted because collectors, nothing out there is for free. Good luck this week with our first of 8 challenges to be clutter-free by this fall. I'll be doing the same thing in my own home and documenting it on YouTube. So while you're there, hit that thumbs up button. Tell me all about the free things that you're freeing your home of. And of course, make sure you're subscribed. Until next time, collectors, remember, happiness is a place between too little and too much.
This has been Hoardganize with Rachel Seavey. New episodes are available every Sunday at 6 p.m. and also on the Collector Care YouTube channel. Download Rachel's Affirmations for Collectors on iTunes or Amazon.com, or sign up for Rachel's blog at collectorcare.com and receive 7 tips for clutter-free living. Thanks for listening.